the price you used to use your cell phone. If you have use a Rogers, this is a story that could affect you. The company raising its long-distance rate calls to the United States for some of its customers, nearly doubling the cost per minute. Some advocates say this is unfair, inequitable treatment. So let's bring in Hilary Johnstone, who has the details of, first of all, what's the change? How much are the prices going up, Hilary?
So, Heather, this will affect Rogers customers who don't currently have add-ons to their plans already. If you want to make a long-distance call to the United States, starting today, it's going to cost you $1 per minute. It used to be 55 cents per minute, so it is almost doubling. This is part of a creep that we've seen on fees for cell phone providers and customers over recent years. We'll talk a little bit more about that in just a second, but certainly what we're hearing from some of these consumer advocacy groups is that these sorts of fees, these sorts of increases, that they end up impacting the people who can least afford it, and that they also have this effect of trying to get customers to sign on to packages or upgrade their plans in order to avoid these fees. So Rogers, for example, says that, well, for $7 a month, customers can slash that per minute cost to more than 100 countries, including the U.S. For $15 a month extra, they can have unlimited calling to the U.S. You can see how these sorts of things start to add up. I want to bring you a little bit more now of what we've heard from Laura Tribe, who is with one consumer advocacy group. Here's what she's saying about all of this.
Big telecom will consistently find loopholes. And right now the pressure is for them to keep their plan prices low. And so what we're really seeing is a creep of all of those fees around the plans, all the peripheral charges that everyone can be exposed to for two reasons, I think. Really to make sure that they're not hitting that main plan price and they can continue to keep those either the same or lower, but also to pressure people into those bigger plans.
So in terms of where Rogers' new price fits in with some of the other big companies, well, Bell, for example, charges 75 cents per minute for long-distance calling to the United States if you don't have some sort of plan that, you know, like we were saying, sort of already captures long-distance calling to the U.S. TELUS, on the other hand, 80 cents per minute. Both those companies say that they don't currently have any plans, Heather, to increase those costs.
So this is separate from what we were talking about not too long ago, Hilary, the increase in the price at a couple of Canadian companies in roaming fees. So this has given rise to people's talking about something, the phenomenon fee creep.
That's right, because just in March, both Bell and TELUS increased the roaming charges for its customers. So this is if you want to use your phone abroad, for example. So it went up to $16 per day. Rogers, for example, its roaming rates for the U.S. are $12 per day, $15 per day if you want to use your phone internationally. And it's not just these big three, Heather. There's smaller ones as well, like Eastlink, which is based in Nova Scotia, which also recently increased, or sorry, not recently, starting tomorrow actually, is increasing its international roaming rates to $16 a day starting tomorrow. And what they said in a statement to CBC News is that part of the reason for that is because its international partners are also raising their rates. But like we were just hearing there from Laura Tribe, it's part of sort of this increasing this fee creep, like you were saying, that we're seeing right across the board affecting cell phone customers.
Hilary Johnstone in Ottawa.